Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Carl's Conversations. We're glad you're here. We did start a little early today. Hey, listen, with these schedules, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. We have with us none other than the president of the board for Enough, Miss Charita Mariner.
Hello, everybody.
God bless you, my friend. And we're going to give you some more information about Enough. A few weeks ago, if you remember, we had Mr. Yancey McPherson and Mr. Ivan Coates, and they represented the Carolinas and St. Louis, respectively, that expansion. And we're going to get some information from Charita today that just kind of let us know where she stands and what her vision is for Enough going forward. And I think that by the time she finishes talking, if you have not made your mind up yet whether Enough is an organization for you, you might be of a different persuasion when she finishes. First of all, welcome, Charita. Thank you so much for taking some time to do the interview today.
Well, thank you for having me, Carl. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. So, as the president of the board, kind of give us your version of how this thing came together, where you see it now, and where you see us down the road a little bit.
Yeah, so it's funny how it all came together. I love to be in the community. I'm a philanthropist. I love giving back, and I'm always trying to find ways to connect. And I connected with Gary. And just talking with Gary, I said, "Hey, is there something that you need? Just let me know. I'm available. I love to serve. I'm just available." And we were just talking, and our kindred spirits connected, right? Both in ministry. I'm an evangelist at Zion Church of Fredericksburg, and he's a pastor. So we were just connecting in ministry, and it was like, wow, okay, this is something. This is something. We didn't know where it was going, and I said, whatever you need, I'm here for you. And then he started sharing his vision of enough. And I said, wow, enough definitely is enough. And it was during the time with all of the protests and things were going on. It was just talking about how we can do so much more in the community in so many different ways. And he was getting ready to create a board of directors. So as he was building out his board, he asked me to be a part of the board. And he was like, it's weird how, it came across us just to connect with each other. And I said, of course, I would love to be a member of the board. And then one thing led to another. And we had officers and all the logistics stuff that happened. And then they thought enough of me to lead lead the team. So I said yes. And I tell you, my time is currency, and I do watch how I spend it. And it's so much that we have to do in my personal life, my professional life, but I'm very mindful of who I connect with and how I connect. And knowing enough, being an organization that acts on things, collaborates, transforms different things in the community, different things in people, and connect with resources. My time is valuable, and it's valuably spent with enough. So I knew this was a place for me to be, and that we could continue to grow together. And I'm looking forward to our future.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My story is like yours. It seems like the common thread here is Gary Holland.
Gary Holland is coming.
And I tell people all the time, if you spend enough time with Gary, you will have several jobs.
You will. You will.
He's Mr. Community, and we love him. Like you, I was blown away when I heard his vision.
Mm-hmm.
And I have for years wanted to be involved with something like this, that we are grassroots, and we are really, really touching the community at the grassroots local level, even though we do have a presence in the state.
We do.
But to be on it like this was exactly what I needed. It was the connection that I needed. And I really enjoy the work we're doing both here locally in the Stafford Fredericksburg area,
Yes.
and also with our connections in Richmond. Let me ask you this. What do you think so far of the events and the different initiatives that we have pushed forward? And how do you see our growth in 2021?
Well, let me tell you, we've had so many events and so many things that have connected us, even through the civic engagement, voter literacy, especially during the time of this past season with, voting for our president and our local offices. And one of the things I loved about Enough during the voting season was it wasn't just a focus on the presidency. We were educating people to understand that the local elections matter. And Kim Cummins did a fantastic job leading us through that. And we were able to understand the importance of our voice and how that matters when it comes to the Senate, the Congress, and all those other House seats. what's happening locally in our community, we have a say in that. So educating the community has been tremendous, and we do an excellent job with doing that. Then you talk about the economic empowerment that we give from business mindset, entrepreneurship, connectivity in the community, whether it is through money management or whether it's through building your own business or how to start a business. We look for others in the community that we can connect to, because connection is key. When you are connecting with others, that's how you build. You don't build by just being by yourself. You build by connecting, like building blocks, like Legos. You got to stack them up, a certain way in order for them to build into a tower. They have to stack. And in order for them to stack, they have to connect. So in order for you to be able to stack in the community and get where you want to grow and go, you have to connect with others. And we do an excellent job with that in the Stafford and Fredericksburg community, but we also do that in St. Louis and the Carolinas. So we do that by getting others involved, by having others lead. And that is a huge vision for myself and Gary and the team for this year, is how do we connect others? When you think about numbers like 668 members that we have in our private Facebook group that are connected to us, how many of you are active? How many are serving? How many are connecting? And if they're not, why? And if they need to understand, then what do we need to do to get them involved, get them informed so that they understand the bigger vision? Because they connected to us for some reason. Some reason you don't just connect with 668 people. You just don't do that without them having a commonality or a basic foundation of interest. So what is that interest? What is it that we need to do to grab that audience to say, we need you? Because we can't do this by ourselves. We can only expand in the way that we are expanding and have a firm footprint in the community by getting others connected and involved and letting their voices be heard. So this year coming, we're all about connectivity, communication, and then getting others connected. So making sure that engagement takes place. We hear from you. There is no suggestion that is dumb except the one you don't suggest.
Amen.
That's how you grow with the diversity of thought. And the diversity of thought is very important to myself as the board president, and very important to the board, period, that we listen to each other. We respect each other's thoughts. We understand each other's thoughts. And not all the time will you agree. And that's the beauty of growth. That's the beauty of building, is when you don't agree, because it gives you other ways of looking at things and other ways to realize how to solve things. And when you think about being in the community and creating solutions, you cannot solve it without connecting with others and having a diversity of thought involved.
I agree. I think one of our greatest challenges going forward for 2021 is that connectivity that you just talked about, with over 660 members and growing. How do we get involved beyond the first and second tier of leadership and get everybody involved? And people are connected with enough that are not part of this area, not just St. Louis and Carolina. I mean, there are people everywhere. And I think that people probably want to duplicate what we're doing, especially when it comes to our community awareness. For those of you who don't know, we have several initiatives. There is the community portion of it. We have political action, voter literacy and registration.
Civic engagement. Next gen
education. Oh my God, that's been
criminal
awesome.
justice.
Yes, criminal justice. Yeah. And it's amazing. One of the things that blew me out of the water was when we first started, the information that was available. We had all those Zoom calls with local officials. Let me explain something to y'all who don't know about enough. When we talked about community engagement and civic engagement, we went to the basic level, like, do you know who your county board of supervisors are? Do you know who your commissioner of revenue is? Do you know who your county or city treasurer is? Do you know who your chief of police or your sheriff is? Well, we got all those people on board in Zoom and had them to introduce themselves to us, tell us exactly what they do, how we can get in contact with them, and open themselves up for us to be a part. They know who the members of Enough are. And let me tell you, when we show up, at the county board of supervisors meeting or a
They know
school
it.
board meeting,
They
they
know
know that we're there.
that enough is there. They know enough is present.
That's right.
They know that we're in the place because we take action. We take action, and we do that through connecting. We want you to know about all of your local leaders. If you do not know who your board of supervisors is, or even your police chief, how do you not understand what's next in your community, or where you want to get things handled, whether it's something that's happening on your street corner, or whether it's something that's happening down the street and or in the block? You can't do that if you don't know who to connect to and who to be with. So information overload, we can give you all of that, but information is nothing without action. We got to take action with the information that we're given, and that's what Enough continues to do. So to get through the all the layers of just hearing from our level or our layers and getting to the nitty gritty of the 668, we got to have these all hands on deck calls, and we do that. And we do that pretty much quarterly, and we're working to do that even more often, where we can hear from you, where you can ask us questions, we can connect with you, you can connect with us. And as we grow out these new initiatives like community involvement, we now have a community service initiative that we have just recently added. And as we get people working with us into those community initiatives and how we're giving back, like we did with the coat drive, like we did with the food drives, there's so many things that we can do and so much information we can give you. But it just becomes information if you don't take action. And we're looking for people that want to take action to help us get to where we need to be as a community and beyond.
That is awesome. And for those of you who are in the St. Louis area or you're in the Carolinas, please know that we have an active expansion going on there.
We sure
Mr.
do.
Ivan Coates
Ivan
out
Coates
there
when
in
he's staying
St.
in St.
Louis.
Louis, isn't he?
Yes.
Ivan Coates is really representing in St. Louis, and he is not playing with St. Louis. He is in St. Louis takeover. And if you want to contact Ivan Coates, Crystal Harmon, thank you for checking in with us. We see you. You can contact him on Enough STL. So it's hashtag enough exclamation STL. And then that will get you connected to Ivan Coates. And then in our Carolinas area right now, Yancey McPherson is taking care of the Carolinas, but we need some more of you to help us out. He's in South Carolina, and now we're adding in North Carolina. And we plan to expand even more. So if you have family, friends, members that are interested in the footprint of making sure they have direct impact into the community, they're walking in purpose, and it's a purpose-driven walk to make a difference, and one is to connect with the vision of Enough, to make sure we act on the things that we do as we transform and communicate and collaborate with each other. That is the importance of being able to grow. And we do that through, like he said, or like we said earlier, several different topics, whether it's civic engagement, economic empowerment, next gen initiative. We're excited. Good to see you, Lolly. We're excited to announce Tamanya is our next gen leader over the initiative there. And she has some amazing things she's already looking to do to empower our youth to be money, bigger money management, money management focused, but also what she say, I forget her little saying. She says something about
I can't
not
remember.
having friends but having money. She don't play.
That's right. She for real.
She's gonna teach us how to be able to do that as young people, because she is a certified Dave Ramsey instructor, and she does a lot with her own personal finances and economic development. So we're looking forward to what she's doing, and again, continuing with voter literacy and criminal justice. Criminal justice has been something that we've really been looking at, right, Carl? I know you know a lot about that, but from the criminal justice standpoint, like, what are we doing to support our local police? What do we need to do to hold them accountable? And then what can we do to hold ourselves accountable to support our police officers better? So really excited about the vision of connectivity with Enough, and then to make sure we're collaborating with others and we're getting others involved on all levels. So you don't need to see the board. It's not about seeing all of us. Really, it's not. We would love to be in the background. We want to see you. We want you to help us. And we just be in the background supporting and moving forward and growing and expanding to the vision throughout the nations. You hear me? Not just the states, the nations.
The
Where we
nation.
can say enough is enough throughout. And we can only do that. I see you, Yancey. Yancey's on here and excited about the work he's doing in the Carolinas, but we can only do that if you join us.
Hey, y'all, just to let you know, that was Yancey McPherson that just gave us that comment. He is our Carolinas lead for that expansion
Yes,
there.
he is.
Just like that, you can hit him up on Facebook, or if you go to the Enough Facebook group page, you can see him there. Please, if you're in the Carolinas and you're interested, this conversation is getting you excited, please hit up Mr. Yancey McPherson in St. Louis.
He's on fire.
Mr. Ivan Coach. Yeah, Yancey. Now, I'll tell you something about Yancey now. When you contact Yancey, you got to be ready.
Right.
Yancey is a shark.
Yeah. One of my girlfriends, she already over there in South Carolina with them, Angela. She already working with them in South Carolina. Ivan too. I mean, these are men that have a purpose, men that walk in favor, men that walk with purpose, and they are driven to do better for themselves and do better for the community. And they love their family. They take care of their family, but more importantly, they take care of their community too. They take care of their community, God-fearing men. And that's what I love about all of it. Enough is not a religious organization by any means, let me tell you. But we do put God first and we do pray, let me tell you, because you can't go anything or do anything without prayer. But it's just amazing how all of us are connected in ministry. And that it wasn't like he just chose to deal with the fivefold or someone in the five. It didn't happen like that at all. The power in the connection and how God ordained the steps and ordered all of our steps to be together. It just so happens in our way, it happens, but God knew it was going to happen. But in our way, it just so happened that all of us were in ministry. So when you think about that right there, that shows the favor and the purpose that we are driven in to be able to grow enough.
That's right. Hey, listen, y'all, we're not going to be on too much longer. Anita is a busy person. She's giving us a few minutes. We can take one or two more points, and then we're gonna wrap. Want to let you know that St. Louis and the Carolinas will not be the only places of expansion. My wife and I, Tisha and I, we have great friends up in the Syracuse, New York area, and I know that some of the Syracuse people are on right now. Hey, listen, if you get excited about what we're talking about enough, let Tisha and I know. We'll make a trip and we can get you connected, and so we can start something there. And I am from the 757 here in Virginia, what they call the Tidewater. Ain't no water like Tidewater, the Hampton Roads area. And I would love to expand down there. So for my hometown folks, especially down there in South Norfolk, if y'all want a piece of this, please hit me up. Let me know. I am willing to get you in on this. Well, listen, Charita, I know that you have to go in just a few minutes. I want to give you the microphone. Maybe there's something that we did not cover, and I want to give you a chance to let it go.
Well, I just want to first thank you so much, Carl, for even inviting me to join you on today. I'm looking forward to what you and your wife are going to be doing with New York. We're excited about it. I'm telling you, we're growing everywhere. We will be national, let me tell you. And then we'll be working through international. But God has a plan, and his plan is ordained, and our steps are ordained as we all connect together. But again, it's not about one person. Even though Gary Holland has connected all of us, Gary Holland is someone in the community that connects with others and get others involved. He pulls us all together, right? He does an excellent job at that. So hats off to you, Gary. We appreciate all the work that you do. What I love about Gary's heart is it's sincere. He's genuine. Thank you for joining us, Tisha. I see you. Beautiful, beautiful wife. And he connects us in such a way and brings us all together to share the vision of enough, because this is his vision, and we love his vision, and we're so connected to his vision that we say, how can we help you? And if we as community members can do more of help and support the vision of someone else instead of everyone wanting to build their own vision, if we could do more of that, what a wonderful world this would be. But everyone has to be first. Everyone has to be in the lead. Everyone has to be up front. And because of that, we've taken so many steps back. We don't do that enough. We're not worried about any position. We're worried about the service. We're worried about the action, the collaboration, the community, the heart of the community. How do we make change impactful? How do we make change happen? And you do that by banding together. So know that if you have any questions ever, okay, thank you for joining us, Kimberly. Connect with us. If you're not on our Enough Facebook group, join us. Be number 669, but join us on Enough. But not only just join us to watch the segments and watch the lives and watch the Zooms and look at all the things that we do, but give us your voice. because your voice matters. And what you think about, you bring about. And I know that all of us are built with the purpose, and we're all planted with minds of things we want to do in our community. And we love to do all those things, but we bury it inside because we don't really know who to go to. We don't know how to get started. Well, get started with enough. We'll help you. But bring your ideas, bring the creativity to the table. We want to hear from you. Again, there is no crazy, outlandish idea except the one you don't talk about. But whatever the vision is that you have, I'm sure that in enough, we can find a way for you to serve, because it's about the serving. It's about the connection. So join us at Enough, whether you're in St. Louis, whether you're in the Carolinas, and you're going to be in New York and Ohio and everywhere else coming. Join us. Take that leap of faith. You won't regret it, because we want to hear from you. We value your voice. Your voice matters. Your voice matters. Not just your vote, but your voice matters. With Enough.
All right, y'all. You heard it from the president of the board, straight out of her lips.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this time that you have spent with us. I know this was a short segment, but sometimes it doesn't take long to do much. So, Ms. Charita, thank you so much for giving us a few minutes out of your busy Sunday evening.
Thank
and
you.
Once again, audience, we thank you for hanging with us. If you have any questions, please go to that Facebook page. It is a closed Facebook page, but you'll be able to get some information. Here we go. We're going to put this up here. So if you go to Facebook, #Enough! You'll see us there. Sure. You can absolutely hit me up if you need information. You can hit Charita up.
You can hit me up.
Pearson, Gary Holland, Ivan Coates. There we go.
Monica Gary.
Yes. So many people. So just put it right here in the comments if you need any more information, and we will certainly get back to you. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Charita, thank you so much.
You have one more shameless plug, though.
Go ahead.
Tell you, with Enough, we also have product paraphernalia. I have my Enough t-shirt if you're interested in getting it. We have that. We also have our mask, and we have some other things that our lovely sister Holland will get to us and get to you. So why not represent? So if you're interested in one of the t-shirts, a hat, or a mask, reach on out to us and let us know, because we know that enough is enough, and we want the world to know that enough is enough.
And we got coffee mugs too. And I'll make one more before we close. One more remark, excuse me. When we say enough, don't think that we're one of these outlandish groups. No. We're saying enough from a standpoint of we are going to stand up in humility and integrity and in nonviolence and represent our community and say to those who are in charge, we have had enough, and we're going to have to do things right. We're holding people accountable. That's what we're doing.
And taking action.
That's right. So once again, thank you so much. And Sister Pam, thank you for joining in with us, my dear. All right. So until next time, may God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.